Vijeta asks, why don't we have the guts to show the truth, to speak the truth in front of anybody? Vijeta, because we have traded away our freedom to speak the truth. There is no problem in speaking the truth in front of anybody. There is no limitation at all. The only limitation is that you are afraid that you will lose your conveniences. You are afraid because if you speak the truth, that person will take away all the luxuries and privileges and conveniences that you enjoy. That's the reason you are afraid. That's the reason why you can't be with yourself. You have traded away your freedom for some very petty conveniences which are worthless. And it's such a bad deal you have made. It's a very poor trade. Very, very poor trade. You have given away the priceless, your freedom, to get some basic luxury in life, some basic privilege, some basic conveniences, here and there, this and that, a little bit of money, a little bit of security, a little bit of identity. To get that, you have traded away your freedom, your essential freedom. A child is dependent, it's understandable. A child is dependent. He cannot do much. But why are you dependent on others? Why are you dependent? Till the time you remain dependent, you will not have the guts to speak the truth. Because speaking the truth has its cost. Only a free one can speak the truth. Only a free one can be himself. A slave cannot be himself. You all are fond of saying be yourself. A slave cannot be yourself. Himself, that is. Only a free one can be himself. Getting it? Find out what is it that you are getting. Don't ask this question that, sir, why can't I speak the truth? Rather, you must ask, what am I gaining by trading away the truth? Find that out. What am I gaining by trading away the truth? Find that out. And see the worthlessness of all that you are gaining by trading away the truth. By trading away your freedom. Once you realize that you are gaining just a little bit of comfort, some bit of emotional security, a little bit of attachment to something, that's all that you are gaining. And you are giving away something of great value, then you will stop that transaction. And then you will have all the guts, Vijeta. Then you will have all the guts. Stop taking what you are taking. Stop taking those luxuries and privileges. Once you stop taking it, then you become free. It's what you are taking that keeps you enslaved. Right? Yes. Who was the second one? Yes.
So my question is that as in activity nativity, we have observed that we see the things in the same way as the others. How to get that much attention or intelligence that we can see the things differently?
What's your name?
Shreya Gupta.
Shreya, sit. Shreya asks, from where do I get intelligence? How do I get attention? Shreya, you do not get attention from anywhere. All you can do is get rid of the enemies of attention. Attention is not an external object. Attention is not an external object that you can get from somewhere. It is there with you. The capacity to be attentive is very much innate. You don't have to fetch it from somebody or somewhere. But you have cultivated, harbored so many enemies of attention around your mind. Those enemies of attention do not allow you to be attentive. What are the enemies of attention? A, prejudice. B, beliefs. C, distractions. Biggest. Attention is possible only in a deep inner silence. If you have such people around you who themselves are deeply distracted and also keep distracting you, then attention will become impossible. Look at the quality of those who surround you day in and day out. Look at those whom you call your inner circle. What kind of individuals are they? Look at your habits. What do you spend time doing on the internet? What kind of journals, books, magazines do you read? These are the enemies of attention. Are you getting it? Once you get rid of these enemies of attention, attention is there. You don't have to get it. Just get rid of these. The problem is these enemies frequently come under the label of friends and family and society. And hence I said that if you are tethered, if you are anchored to something, then you cannot be free. This attachment must be gotten rid of. Attention is available, but if you are attached, if you are biased, if you are carrying beliefs and notions in the mind, then it will be impossible to be attentive. If you are afraid, it will be impossible to be attentive. And one is afraid only of losing something, losing your attachments and possessions, that is. If you are so attached, you cannot be attentive. Develop a general resistance to distraction. When your mind starts wandering, do not go along with it. Watch it and understand its mechanics, its ways, just as you understand anything external all around in the physical world. Understand this also. What is happening? How do these thoughts get aroused? What are emotions? What affects me? What controls my moods? Once you do that, you have taken care of the enemies of attention, and attention will be available to you. Right? Yes, the last question of the day.
Sir, relating to this attention only, so just as you entered the room, you said everyone to be absorbed in himself only.
Yes, yes.
Not being considered about what's happening
Yes,
here and there.
yes.
So sir, I was not being concentrated in myself. Sir, so what's the best way to concentrate? Because I can't concentrate on myself.
Right. Sit. When this happens, whenever this happens, do not fall into the easy trap of suppressing the distraction. What's your name?
Shubham.
Shubham, see what's happening. Try to understand what is happening. Look at it factually. You want your mind to focus on one object, right? And the mind is instead looking here and there. That's what is happening. The first mistake that can be very easily made is I try to suppress the mind. I tell it, don't go here and there, be here, be here. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. Just see what the mind is doing, because your suppression will not help it. Your suppression will become another thought, another activity of the mind. And we don't want more and more activities of the mind. We instead want to silence it. We want it to just calmly sit down. Your suppression will become another activity. So don't chase it. Don't admonish it. Don't ridicule it. Don't start feeling guilty that I am unable to concentrate. Instead, just use this occasion to watch its processes. So say that, all right, in an effort to concentrate, right now I am able to see that the mind wanders all the more. And the moment you see this, you are already in attention. Attention is not about a quiet mind per se. Attention is fundamentally more about the ability to witness the mind. And in this witnessing, the mind quietens. The quietening of mind is not a direct process that you can quieten the mind through suppression or through some technique of concentration. No. This quietening of the mind, please understand this, is an indirect thing. It's a product of witnessing the mind. Let the mind do what it wants to do. Let it wander. You remain conscious of its wandering. Just as you conduct an experiment in the lab and you watch what is going where. Right? You observe all the movements. this and that, say it's a mechanical system, and you watch all the different pieces, how they are moving in relation to each other and where they are going and what is happening. Similarly, just watch the mechanics of the mind. And the moment you are able to watch, you are already in attention and the mind will quieten. So do not approach it with a hammer. I'll strike you down. I'll hit you into submission. I'll suppress you. You must concentrate. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's it.